There are 3 reasons that the Nothing Headphones 1 aren't worth buying, and it's not just the price.
I mean, they stand. Look at that. How
Yeah.
cool is that?
All right, let's start with that. The looks. How cool is that? And that's kind of the whole story here, right?
That's it, guys. We're done.
That's these headphones, like the design on the cups, the silhouette that looks nice, a rectangular shape.
Yeah, the translucent ear cups. Also, kind of we were talking about these Samsung Galaxy watches earlier on. That kind of reminds me of this. It's like this circular design on a square design, the squircle kind of look on the ear cups. So you'll definitely be attracting some attention if you have these headphones on your head.
Yeah.
Have you had that?
Yeah, on the way here, like women were just stopping me and saying,
Oh, damn, women.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah.
Did you tell them to subscribe?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
No. I was like, no, just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
The metrics aren't looking great. Great. Okay.
Right. So that's the looks, right? It's like very unique.
Yeah.
Let's go a bit into the build, right? Because it does not feel creaky at all.
No.
So
They're well built.
You
Really well.
feel like it's like a high quality thing. And these buttons are super interesting.
Ooh, that's the standout feature.
You didn't wear a buttonophile t-shirt today.
I
but
did not, yeah.
I didn't either. But for the buttonophiles amongst you, you guys will be very happy. So you got one roller.
Yeah.
It rolls left and right.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like for volume, and you can press it for play pause. It's got a power slider at the bottom, which is just turns on and off power. There are no touch controls, so buttonophiles will be really happy. And it's got one flipper,
Yeah.
which is kind of a long edge, which you can go left and right.
A paddle, they call it. Yeah.
Paddle. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's call it
For
paddle.
track control. And some apps also support scrubbing through. Yeah.
I love that. Now, using the flipper to scrub through a track works on music apps, and it kind of brought me back to the cassette tape days, maybe something you don't know about, of fast forwarding and rewinding through songs.
I know.
But it was interesting when this started doing that. I was like, hey, do other headphones support it as well? So I went to like Sony, like on touch controls, and it does that as well.
Oh.
But the experience is much worse than this because it's really physical.
Yeah.
So they've actually used it for a really, really good purpose.
Okay.
And the volume control, it is a roll, but it's not just a roll. Like on the AirPods Max, right? If you rotate the crown, you can do it very gently and just like do that minor adjustment. If you go very gentle with this, it just does not respond. So you need to kind of have some pressure on it while you're rolling it.
Yeah.
So in case while you're using it, if you notice.
Accidental. Yeah. Okay.
So it's interesting. So in case you think you have problems with it, that's not a problem. You just need to have some pressure on the roller. And yeah.
There are 2 more buttons, actually. One hidden on the inside of the cup for the pairing button. Not something you use very often, so it's nicely tucked away. If you know, you know. And there's one more button on the outer side of the right ear cup, which is...
the assistant button.
Yeah, but you can configure it.
I configured to ANC because I don't need that assistant so much.
Okay.
So the ANC, I don't like the default ANC mode. So I went with this one.
Yeah. I actually kept it on the default. I made this button single press mute. We'll talk about that in a bit. And long press for assistant. So yeah, you've got a little bit of customization here, guys. So that's nice.
And all easy to hit buttons.
Yeah.
Other than buttons, what do you think of the build?
Build was nice. I think especially one thing that I liked is when you put them around your neck, they swivel the right way. Yeah. It's a small touch, but it does make a difference.
Yeah.
And the hard case that you get in it, because these guys are not foldable.
No.
So not the ear cups, nothing folds.
Oh, okay.
But it goes into the hard case.
Yeah.
There is a little slot compartment for your cables.
Yeah, I think this is a nice hard shell case.
Yeah.
This is how you add personality to a hard shell case without making it a laughing stock apple. One more important thing we'll come to, which is the IP rating.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that too
We
much.
haven't talked about IP ratings
For headphones.
for headphones almost ever.
Even like the best, the 1000XM6, the Bose, none of them have IP ratings.
No.
And we are aware it's IP52, so 2 ain't great against liquids, but at least you have something.
Yeah. For light drizzle or light sweat, I guess that should be fine. I know a lot of people wear headphones while even running in the rain, which I always,
Don't get.
I'm scared about. But yeah, if you're into that, these are great. But let's talk about the comfort.
Yeah. So we were talking about 3 points why we don't really rate these headphones very highly. And one is, look, it's got that ratchetless adjustment. That's nice. But the headband padding is so meager.
Yeah.
It's like so less. And the band itself is very thin. So even if the pressure is minimal, you'll feel it much more because it's not distributed, that
Correct.
pressure.
Yeah. I mean, I was wearing it for maybe 15, 20 minutes straight, and I already started to feel it on my crown and also pressure on my ears.
Yeah.
So,
and the heat generation is also some next level. Like I'm not one who usually complains about this. 15 minutes and I was like,
it's getting warm. Yeah. And so, yes, IP52. And if you're into working out with headphones and you don't mind all of that, fine. But yeah, if you're already generating heat in working out, and these are just adding to that. So, not necessarily our pick for workouts, but yeah.
And you had a nice observation about the ear cups.
Yeah, so the padding looks as if it's quite thick, right? Here you can already see that it's like, okay, chunky. But the thing is, when you press down, you hit let's say the solid bit under the plastic, I guess, or whatever it is underneath it. You hit it quite soon. So the padding isn't actually quite that thick as it looks. And that kind of, matches with our experience as well of it being...
So that's the first reason. Comfort. Just not great.
No.
Let's talk about noise cancelling.
Yeah, also not great.
Okay.
I was mesmerized by the looks and everything. I was like, oh, cool. So many brands have put out headphones, and we've solved ANC. Nothing's going to do it as well. Tier B. So this is just, the ANC is average. So it's good if you're just getting into ANC headphones. It's going to blow your mind probably. But if you've already tried out good ANC headphones, these are nothing really to write home about. It reduces the ambient noise for sure, but you very much still hear all the frequencies, whether that's low-end engine noise or people talking.
Yeah.
In the app?
Yeah, you got 3 adjustments, low, mid, max, and adaptive.
Yeah.
Even on max. This is all we talked about was on max. So
yeah.
Ain't great. Transparency, though, a bit better. Tier A.
Yeah.
I could have conversations with this. You can hear the voices coming in, general ambient noise.
Correct.
Why isn't it tier S, though?
Yeah, and that's got to do with how much it's still suppressing the low end. So there's still a bit of suppression there. But again, if you're using this and you want to go into transparency just to be able to talk to people and hear people, fine. This does it for sure. And a solid tier A. And then for white noise and occlusion, there's a little tiny bit. Yeah, little bit. No, it's not that bad. So it's almost negligible, but if you're nitpicking, it's there. So just to know. And so, yeah, that's kind of reason too. Yeah. Not the transparency necessarily, but it's the ANC, the active noise cancelling, that isn't fantastic.
Right. But the one thing these kind of do surprisingly well is phone calls. Take a listen for yourself and we'll come back with our conclusion.
All right. Nothing Headphones 1 in noisy conditions with car passing by. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go. The Nothing Headphones 1 in breezy, windy conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so we have the Nothing Headphones 1 in quiet conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so in quiet, not a hard case, our situation, did fine, did well. In noisy and windy also, but our conclusion is basically if you speak loudly and clearly, they do really well. Even in wind speeds above 4 meters per second, they're kind of holding their own in that, huh? So good. But if you're a mumbler or a soft speaker, you're going to be cut out because it's trying to cancel out, the noise behind you and also the wind. Or that's not the best way to handle the microphones. But the Fuckman gets a lot here.
Yeah, answer, hang up, volume, change ANC, mute if you customize it like you did.
Yeah.
Pretty good, a complete set here.
Yeah. So for phone calls, pretty solid.
All right. Another thing that was good is battery life. Well, it's, I would say, about par industry standards. 30 hours with the ANC on LDAC, which is the highest stress codec. I think
that's Sony level.
Yeah, it's Sony XM flagship level. So we don't really need more than that. You're getting fast charge. 5 minutes charge gives you 2.5 hours, close to.
Yeah.
Overall, good numbers, solid numbers. USB-C, nothing to complain about.
Okay. And can that USB-C cable be used for audio as well?
Yeah, that would lead us to our third complaint about these headphones. Yes, you can do audio over USB Type-C. So great stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
It also has a 3.5 millimeter cable and a jack. Great stuff. Cannot be used passively. So whether you're using those cables or whether you're using wireless, you have to switch it on. So active circuitry is always engaged. In terms of wireless, you're getting LDAC.
Yeah.
Great.
No LHDC?
No LHDC. I don't like LHDC.
That was a nothing thing, right?
Yeah. So you're getting LDAC. That's a good one. It's not there.
Okay.
But the tuning is kind of like weird. Like how I would say is like when I was listening to music on these, and you can see the graph up here, the voices felt like they had cosmetic surgery or something. It was like
What?
the opposite of natural, like, you know.
Okay.
So that was kind of disappointing. But the bass is nice and tight.
Good.
Treble left me a bit wanting as well. But you have tons of customization. You have the bass enhancement slider, and from 1 to 5 looks something like this. The sound up to 300 hertz is kind of affected. And you have a parametric EQ.
Oh.
But the problem is, if people are buying these for looks, my assumption is they are not going to be digging into parametric EQ.
They're the fashion conscious, not the audio.
Yeah. So if it's a nerd like you, sorry, but it's a compliment from me, and you're digging into the parametric EQ, you can get QR codes from other people who made parametric EQs.
Oh, that's cool.
And just kind of scan it. Nice. Why not just give us a good tuning to start with, which you can tweak a bit? I think that would have made this a much more popular product, let's say.
They're probably appealing to their target demographic.
By making bad sounding headphones?
I don't know. Maybe it's bad for you. It's
No,
great for them.
no.
It's like coffee.
No.
People love the mainstream coffee. But if you know coffee.
No, but it's not even that kind of stuff. Like it doesn't sound like the AirPods Max or whatever. It's just like a completely different thing.
Okay.
So yeah, for me that is the third reason. It's disappointing tuning out of the box. Parametric EQ amazing, but that I would expect from a more nerdy brand, not like a lifestyle brand.
Yeah.
Nothing, you know.
Yeah, and when you were talking about the app, I just noticed like Nothing has built a solid app.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Clean.
It looks nice. Yeah, clean. It's logical. It's easy to use. Yeah. And there's no difference between any of their, there's no multiple app situation. It's just one app, even whether it's CMF or whether it's Nothing, it's all in one app.
Right. And just rounding off like the extra bits, I think you get a wear sensor on it, which is fine. It works. And you get multi-point with a device list in the app, which is cool.
And you get Pull Connect.
And you get Pull Connect.
Which is a Nothing
All right.
feature.
Nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
All right. Should you buy it at $299? You know what? Something just came to me. The person who's going to buy this is still going to buy this. You know why? Because there's
Nothing.
nothing quite like it at this price point. Like if I were to compare these with like, you were asking me, right? Like what would you compare it with?
Yeah.
I would say like a Sony Alt, maybe, right? Or a WH720N.
I was actually just thinking while we were talking, because I was testing these headphones for noise cancelling. I was pulling out different headphones. And I took out the the Sonos Ace. It reminds me very much of that. It's like a one-trick pony, Sonos, because it connects into the ecosystem and it's like design and kind of... But it was not comfortable. I tried to use it very often. It was not comfortable. And this is kind of the same thing. I'm attracted to it because it looks really cool. It's got a nice app and all of that.
True, yeah.
But I just can't wear it for long periods of time. So I'm not picking these guys up.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's the
and
thing.
like you said, there are many good from major brands, right? Premium brands like Sony.
Yeah. But like, just going back to that comparison, like the Sony 720, if you put that in front of this, it looks so boring, right? It's so plain. And that's, of course, Sony wants its premium models to have the better
stand
look.
out and-
But even they don't look like this.
No.
So I think the person who's going to buy this is going to buy this. For me, it's a hard sell at $299.
Yeah.
I ain't, not a recommend from us,
No.
I'd say. Yeah.
No.
And it also takes me back to the Nothing Ear 1.
You were saying,
It was also stylish and had these design elements and sounded kind of terrible. But with the Ear 2, they fixed that. So, Carl, if you're listening,
Yeah.
you got free advice from the audio community. Just use it, man.
Headphone 2. That's where we should be looking out for, because I think, if they fix the whole comfort, the sound, and the ANC, you got a solid pair here.
All right. So, we bought this with our own money, not a sponsored video or anything. Thanks to you guys for your support, especially our tested tier supporters here on screen. And
A special thanks to our highest tier, which are on the Fuckman tier. And that thanks goes out to Rachel, Paula, and Rad's Panda.
YouTube thinks you liked this video after watching this one.
Do we?